Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a busy day around here. We got a bunch of packages in just now, and they're all from one person who I'm going to be rebuilding this guitar for. And then this is part of the payment. They did some trade-ins with me, and it's some really cool stuff. So we're going to open it all up right now and see all this cool stuff. I say we start with the two boxes first, because we all know what's in the big box. So we'll open that up after, but let's check out and see what we got in here. Honestly, this box worries me a little bit. Looks like I got a little crunchy there. Somebody sat on it, it looks like. Maybe a UPS driver might have sat on it to eat his lunch. I mean, a little crunchy, but hopefully everything's okay that's in there, because I think something really cool is in here. Alright, so we got the first box here, and here's what we got. We got a couple of Floyd Roses. I could see this one's a Floyd Rose, I think, is it a 1000 or is it a special? Pop it open, check it out. So this is a chrome. We got a Floyd special here. One of these is going to be going on the guitar we got in, and one of them is part of the trade-in. So this one's a Floyd Rose Pro. It's a low pro one, chrome also. So this is more of along the lines of a 1000 series. Comes with the bridge posts, tools, springs, claw. This one's got some of the stuff. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's all down there. Good. Alright, and let's slide over box number 2. So this is some video game stuff, guys. We got, to start off, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. That's pretty cool for the Xbox 360. I'll definitely check that out. I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, and I am a big video game fan, of course, as many of you know. What do we got here? Oh, wow, that's cool. So it's Xbox 360 Connect. It's the camera, but if you notice it's white because we got kind of a special edition console here. I'll show you that thing in a second when I just moved out of the way. Oh man, this is cool. Check that out. So this is an Xbox 360 Star Wars R2D2 edition. I'm going to have to put this thing on display somewhere. I have a Xbox 360 already, but I do not have this one. I've seen these ones out there, and they're really cool. So I'm going to plug that thing in right now, test it out. That's why we got the white Connect camera. Here's one of the top vent for it, I guess. A couple little connector broke off. If that's the extent of the damage from this box, then that's totally cool. And then this is the matching controller that goes with it, and it kind of is supposed to be like a 3CPO. Hopefully I said his name right. But yeah, that is cool. It goes along with it. So I'm going to be selling the current Xbox 360 that I have because I have no need for two. Got the AV cable there. The power brick. Awesome. And I'll be testing it out with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Hopefully it's in there. What the heck? I was looking forward to trying that. Okay, so I got this thing hooked up real quick on the bench just to see if the game is in there. And let's go ahead and turn it on. Check it out. Make sure it works. Oh, dude, and it makes R2D2 noises. That is cool. I did not know it did that. Oh, man, that is cool. Hopefully you guys can hear that. And there we go. There it is. Cool. So we do have the game. Dude, that is sick. It makes R2D2 noises. Wow. So awesome. I can't wait to plug that in and try it. Alright, and of course, last but not least, we got the guitar. So for a while, the last 6 months or so, I started accepting trade-ins, guitars, and video games, and I've actually been getting a lot of really cool stuff, but my video game collection is starting to fill up, and it's a lot of it, you know, this Xbox I'm definitely going to be keeping, but a lot of it I'm just going to be reselling, so I might not be accepting as much stuff, or when I do, it's going to have to be for, you know, less than market value so that I can turn around and sell it. Of course, if for some people, they might want to go on eBay themselves and just sell it and make the extra money themselves, but for me, this is a business. It's how I make my living, so I can't take a trade-in on something for market value and then, you know, spend my time listing it and selling it. I gotta either I got to mark it up somehow a little bit. So I also don't want to sit on inventory for a long time. I have a big cabinet actually of stuff that I bought over the last 8 months or so, and it sells still every day on eBay. I'm getting sales from that stuff, but it is a lot of work doing that resale thing. Wow, this is a lot of bubble wrap I get to use. Pack this thing well, Andrew. I bet you this is a whole roll of bubble wrap. Let me know, Andrew, if you see this, and leave us a comment below. Let us know if this was a brand new full roll of bubble wrap. I'm trying to get it off as easily as possible without cutting it so I can reuse it. I always try to reuse all the packing material that I get in, because like I said, I buy and sell video game stuff, not as much anymore, but still some, I still have a lot, like I said, in my inventory. So I ship stuff all the time. And here we go. We got a Kramer, baby. Looks like it arrived nice and safe. It looks nice. So this is KRAMER Beretta Special. Man, these things are really cool looking guitars. Made in Indonesia. It's got a nice stamped serial number in it. I mean, the finish that comes on them is pretty impressive. I can see it definitely has its imperfections as far as polishing and sanding goes, but it looks great overall. I mean, if I were to do this paint job, all it really needs more, I'd be proud of it, I was going to say. If I were to do this, I'd be pretty proud of it, although it does need a little more work done to it, but it looks pretty good. I could see a little bit of a body seam coming through. But yeah, it's got the offset zebra colored pickup. It's got the standard tremolo, and we're actually going to be converting this one to a Floyd Rose, which is crazy. So one of those Floyd Roses that's in the boxes right there that Andrew sent is going to be put on here, and we're going to give this a Van Halen style paint job, 5150 influenced. It's going to be cool. I haven't done a 5150 in at least a year and a half or so. One of the very first episodes of Trash to Thrash, probably episode 6, I did a 5150, so this will be fun. For those who don't know, the 5150 was a little bit later of a Frankenstrat looking guitar, and instead of being like a real bright apple red color, it's actually kind of an orangish color. So the color that everybody says to use online is Duplicolor, engine enamel, and it's this orange-red Chevy block color. And for some reason, that just matches it perfect. So I think the original one Eddie might have used was like a Schwinn color, but this is right there with it. So that's what we're going to be using to repaint this one. It's going to be a couple months, probably 4 or 5 months till this one's finished, because we got a backlog. We got a ton of guitars to work on. But I'm going to get my assistant Ryan in here helping me with these things, and we're going to hopefully blast through them in a, in a safe manner. I don't want to rush through anything, but this is going to be a nice, fun, pretty easy one, I'd say. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to go play some Mortal Kombat for 10 or 15 minutes. It's almost 90 degrees outside this week. We're at the beginning of July here in Southern California, and it's hot. You could probably hear behind me. We got the AC rolling in the garage, in the shop here, and it keeps it okay, but definitely super nice compared to what it would be like without it. I got to get back to work. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon here, so got some new video games to try out, and then got to prep some guitars because it's so hot during the day. I like to do my work, like my Bondo work and my sanding and my painting, super early. I always wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Might even push it till like 3:30 tomorrow. That's like the earliest. 3 o'clock's like the earliest I like to wake up. But then I can get out here before anybody else is awake in the house. We have a 19-month-old baby, and I like to get out here before and get prepping on guitars, get them taped off, and get them whatever ones are ready for the spray booth. So then by like 6 o'clock in the morning, I can head out to the spray booth and start spraying until like 8 o'clock. It gets really hot around 10 a.m. here, so that's when I got to kind of shut the painting part of the day down, and I'll usually come inside here, work in here until the blistering part of the day, like 3 or 4 p.m. like right now. And it gets a little warm in here, even with the AC. This thing is struggling to keep up. But it works, it does its job, it makes it very comfortable. And usually later in the afternoon, I'll head inside anyways and start doing some video editing, even though my favorite thing to do is edit early in the morning and answer emails. But I got to take advantage of whatever, the weather is doing, because I can't paint at 3 or 4. The inside of the spray booth right now, we should actually go take a look. Okay, so it says 97 actually in the spray booth, which isn't that bad. When it comes to painting, you can paint up to 90 degrees without any problems usually, but that's Fahrenheit obviously. 32 degrees or so for my Celsius friends. And 97, while it isn't technically, crazy over the limit, you might be fine. I don't really like to paint out here in that temperature. It feels hot to me, man. I was just in the shop where the AC is. Oh, now it says 99 degrees. I wonder if just me being in here, I've raised it 2 degrees. But In the last 24 hours, I can see a high. It hit 102 out here. And it's 26% humidity, which is fine. It's not crazy. Really, you want to stay under like 50, 60% humidity. Or maybe even you'd want it lower than that. But 20-something is not a big deal. Alright guys, so thanks so much for watching. It's time to test out the Xbox, play a little Mortal Kombat vs. DC, and I'm out of here. So I will see you guys very soon in the next video. So our awesome little R2D2 is not reading discs. So now I've gone to YouTube to get the help of an expert. We'll take this thing apart, clean the lens, the disc reading lens, and hopefully this thing starts working, because this thing is just way too cool to have up on a shelf. I want it to work. I took it back apart, I cleaned it all up, I reset the cache on the system. I tried a few things. I even lubed up the little rollers, the tracks that the laser travel on, and still, I can't get it to work. There's also a little bit of screen flickering, and I think it's from that connection there. If you kind of move it around and hold it in one spot, it stops that flickering. So I don't know if it took a little hit in transit or what. But yeah, it's still saying play DVD. You go to DVD, and it does one of two things. It loads up this screen, or it says disk is unreadable. So if any of you out there know a way to fix this, let me know in the comments. I would love to fix this thing. I would love to keep it, but it doesn't really make sense to keep an extra system around that doesn't work. It's just so cool. Alright, well that's going to do it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you know any tips or tricks to get the Xbox to work right. Otherwise, later this week I'm going to end up sending it back. Andrew said he'll take it back, so I was going to give him credit for it. The controller and the game worked pretty good, but actually there was some corrosion inside the controller, so I had to swap the battery pack with another one that I had around from my red controller. So, unfortunately, not every single deal works out. Appreciate you guys watching. If you can help me out, please do so in the comments. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Rock on, my friends.